Hello friends, in this fourth part of our e-commerce store UI, we gonna make this cart page with shopping button at the top of the page, product images on left hand side with their description, the counters and their price. And the most important part, the summary of our cart page. Other parts like the announce bar, nav bar, newsletter and the footer are just simply our reusable components that we have made in previous parts. I recommend you, if you have not watched the previous parts, let's see them. So before starting the tutorial, make sure you have accessed the playlist. Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to like and share this. So let's start by making a file in pages name cart.jsx, as it is going to be a page in our app, RFCE for the boilerplate, and then I am starting just by importing our reusable components like announce bar, then nav bar, okay, newsletter is the basically our general structure of every page. I should minimize it like that so it has become clear now. And then footer, okay, save, and here instead of home in our app.js I should write cart and cart like this. Let's see. Okay, so here are our basic components, and now we should start making our cart page. Our cart page will lie here below the nav bar, and first of all I am making a parent div and I make a heading of our page name cart, and for this heading I am making it display flex so it will be responsive. By the way, we're gonna make our app totally responsive in other video, but for now let's make it display flex. Justify center, text should be word wrap on, text 5x Excel, and below our heading I should make our buttons for checkout and continue shopping. So for this, first I am making another div like this, and inside this button name continue shopping, okay, and similarly another button that will say checkout like this. Let's save and see the results. Okay, here we have our heading of page cart, continue shopping and checkout. So it's time to style them. So first of all, I am making the parent div of our buttons as display flex, as we know it is necessary, and then item center, justify between, so both buttons will be around our page, and I should give it a margin top of 4. And okay, now we can see our buttons are on the opposite sides of our page, but we should style them. First of all, as we have our btn class in our index.css that is available for our whole project, we have discussed it in detail in the previous videos. So now I'm just gonna apply it. I'm giving this button class name btn, and this button is also a btn. Okay, now we have our two buttons. There should be a some margin for both buttons, and to do this I am giving whole page a margin of 4 like this, but there should be some styling difference between checkout and continue shopping. So I think checkout is nice, but we should change continue shopping as it should look like a secondary button. To make it look like this, I am making its background white. So here basically it will override the previous class. Text color like this, border 2, and border color I am giving this. Let's see. Okay, but it is not looking nice when we hover the button, so I should give styling on hover, and here I write on hover background should be white. So yeah, now it's looking perfect. Between these two buttons there should be some details of our cart. To make these details, I am writing between these two buttons here and here. Let's write div between them like this, And inside this I'm going to make two p tags. For first p tag I say items in your cart. 3. I know these values will be hard coded when we make it dynamic, but for now let's leave it static. And my other p tag is saying wishlist items. It's basically giving us the number of our wishlist items. So for now I'm saying it 0. Let's see. Okay, as we can see, they are in column direction. To make them in row, I am going to make it display flex. Also, the text under this div is decoration underline, text size large, and on hover, our cursor will be like pointer, like this. Let's save it. Okay, there should be some margin between these two details. So I am going to add left margin for our wishlist item. Let's say margin left of 5. Okay, it's looking good now. Now we can move to our next part. Now I am going to make a central div of our cart page. I say central div, and to define the structure I am saying the first div is for the list of products that will align vertically. I mean the list of products will be in vertical direction, as this is obvious, and the second div is for the summary. The summary is basically a square block of our all prices and expensive, and inside this list of products div I am saying there will be two more divs. First div is for the item, let's say product description, and similarly the second will be for quantity and price of product. Let's save and see the results. Okay, now we can see this is the first part with the product description and quantity and price, and this is the second part. Means they both are the first child of our central div. Let's style the most parent div as display flex, so everything will be aligned in horizontal, and I should give the margin top of 7. As you can see, now they are in horizontal. Let's style them more. As we know, the list of products will always in the vertical direction, so I will make it display flex and flex direction column with the flex property of 1. The main reason of giving it the flex property 1 that this div and this div will occupy the same space, but for the styling purpose we can change the summary and the list of products div flex value. We will see it on later. Let's first style this part. As we know that the description and quantity and price will individually belong to each product one to one manner, so this all stuff should be in an other parent div. Let's say like this. Now it's representing, I should format it. Now it is representing that the product price, product quantity, the product description and product quantity and price are belong to one product which is inside this div. So let's style it accordingly. Before styling, I am giving some content to product description. First content will be the image of product. For this, I am using this image, and its alt attribute is, let's say, simple product image, and then close the image tag. Okay, here is some mistake. This should not be here, like this. I should format it. And below the image, I am making a div for the description. The first description is going to be the ID of our product. So for this, I am using the bold tag ID and its ID, let's say 123 random. And similarly, I just copy and paste. Okay, copy, paste, and then paste like this. And let's remove this. Similarly, I should remove this from here. Our second detail will be the product name, then its color, and finally the size. Let's say the product name is Dazzling Sky Shirt, and for the color I am using the same technique as we have used in our previous video to make the colorful circular divs. The div will be in round shape with the two border and the padding of 10 pixel and cursor pointer, and it's the background color. This is basically the color of our product, and margin left will be 1 with 20 pixel and height 20 pixel. This all stuff we have done in our previous video, so we can skip it for now. And these columns should be here like this, like this, and for size like this. Now for the size, let's say size is simply large. See the results. Okay, we have our product image with the description, its size, and the price and quantity div is also here in the vertical position. This all should be in horizontal direction. So as we know that we have not styled the parent div, I am making the parent div for each product as display flex and with the width of 100% like this. Height will be auto. Items center. Let's see. As you can see over this div, to better recognize the div, I should change the background color. For this div, let's say background as blue 200, and for this div I am making the background red, any random color 300. Okay, and similarly for this div I am saying background color as green 400. Okay, what's wrong here? Okay, it's shown like this, it's like this. Okay, here we can see our, okay, and similarly yellow 500. Okay, interesting. Let's see. This is our quantity and price div for this product element. First of all, let's make it clear with the product image and its description. Let's first of all name it as product and then make it display flex, and it should be self-aligned at the start of the flex box. Let's see. Okay, it is now at the start of the flex box. I should give the left padding, I think, so that 5 will be enough. So first of all, I am giving here styling to the product image. This styling is basically just a copy paste of our previous video with height and round gel and nothing new, just similar to the old. Let's see. Okay, interesting. If I say its width should be only 7 rem, then how it's gonna look? Okay, here now you can see with the 7 rem of it should be like 8 rem. I say 8. 8 is too much big and 7 is small, so let's make it 7.5 rem. Okay, let's make it 7.2 rem. Okay, now it's looking good. Our next task is to style this description. So to style this description, I am in this div. class name description. First of all, I'm making a display flex with flex direction column. Obviously, as we can see, our description details are in column, and I am giving a margin left all of this to 5, so it will be just separate from the image. And then let's see. Okay, interesting. I should give it some top margin. So I think so that margin top of 3 is good. Yep, margin top of 3 is working fine. And the next task is to make this color div in front of this color heading. To do this, here for this p tag, I am making this p tag as display flex. So this color heading and this circle div with color field will be in the horizontal direction, and then make them the formal item center and justify center. Let's see. Okay, but the problem is that now they are in the center. So how to fix this? If I say them justify start. Okay, for justify start, it's looking good now, but there should be some spacing between all of these ID products, color and sizes. So the right way is to do that. Instead of writing margin top of 3, if I say height auto, so it will increase according to our content. And then if I make justify between, so all the description detail will separate in this div like this. Okay, now it's looking too much good than before, as it's definitely matching with the height of our image. Okay, our next task is to give some margin, let's say margin or padding, what will suit between the description heading and the between the description detail heading and its value. To this, I'm giving the margin right. I can do this right is okay. To do this, I'm giving the b tag as margin right of 2, and simply copy, here paste, and then here paste. Okay, and it should also be here like this. Let's see. Okay, now there is some space and it's looking good. Let's move on to the product quantity and price. Basically, this div is for the quantity and price. First of all, let's format the code like this. Remove this. Remove this. Inside this div, first of all, I will call my counter component. As the name suggests, this is the quantity and price div. And the next thing is definitely our price, and I'm making it bold. I don't know why. Sorry, I know why. And make it $70. Let's see. Okay, this is our counter and this is quantity. Why it is saying quantity here? Let's make it something that makes sense. And to do this, first of all, here I am giving display flex direction column, and this is the basic stuff. I don't need to explain it again and again. Justify center, item center, and it will be enough. The $70 are now in the center of our div. For this p tag, I'm making it again display flex item center, justify center, and its text is 4 times the XL. Let's see. Okay, and there should be some margin between these two things, means counter and the price. I'm giving margin top of 3. Okay, let's move on. As we know that this div is the closing tag of our quantity and price div, you can go to the matching pair of the div or any tag by just pressing Ctrl Shift and P, and then here right go to matching pair like this and click on this option, go to matching pair, and it will take you to the matching pair like this. For example, if I click here and Ctrl Shift P then press enter, and now I am at its matching pair. At this point, let's go back and HR after the end of each product in the list of cart. So just for now leave it like this and let's see. Okay, as there is a very thin line, to make it clear, first of all I will give it a margin top of 7, and the margin bottom should also be 7, so the lower products will also be away from this line. And now we can see this line clearly. The blue color is because of the parent div color. We will fix it. Okay, the next task is to make it in the right position. Just a very simple thing like flex auto. Basically flex auto will grow it to the maximum available width, and you can see now it is occupying the whole width available for this div. So it gives us a feel that it is now in the center. Basically it is in the center and it's the time. Okay, let's copy and paste the product div. The product div is starting, this is the list and this is the product, it is ending here. I am just simply okay, interesting. Okay, this is the end of our first product and this is the start. So I am just simply copying it like this, and let's see, this is the second product here and paste it like this. Let's save it and see the results. You can see we have two products, and I should also copy the hashtag this for the second one also. Okay, it is below this div like here. Now it is looking just correct. We are just one step ahead to finalize our cart page, that is the summary div. And before going to the summary part, I like to change the URL and make some alternation in the second product, so our cart page will not look like same for every product. Okay, I have just changed the image of second product. As we know that all these things will be fetched dynamically from the database when we integrate it with our MongoDB. As you should all know that we are going to make it a total fully fledged MERN stack application. So all this stuff will be changing dynamically. So we should not worry about these color divs and the ID and the product title. They will not be same in the production. Now we should move to the summary part. Inside the summary div, first of all, I am making its heading summary, and let's see if it is displaying in its correct position. Okay, here it's our heading summary. Let's style the outer block. For this, I am saying it flex1. So this flex div and our product list flex div, which is here, this div and this div will occupy the same space and its width will be auto. Let's say its height I am giving 90 view, basically 90 view height. Let's see. Okay, it is looking out of order if we take our summary block and the product list block with the same width. So I should change the flex value of summary. So let's I here write 0.5. Let's see. Okay, I forget to write it in the braces. Now it will work. Okay, 0.5, but still I need some more space for my list. Let's make it 0.4. Okay, now it is looking good. For its border, I'm making border 2 and border color like this, and its border will be rounded. So I'm giving a rounded medium class with shadow, let's see, large. See the result. Okay, here we can see we have a border around our div, but there is a bug that its length is not correct. It is too much large. We should short its length first. So here, instead of 90 VH, if I say 50, yeah, 50 is good, but it can be made much smaller, like 40. Okay, 40 is just correct value. Now inside the summary div, I will have my trees like subtotal. The subtotal $140. Just simply copy and paste it. Okay. Now I say shipping charges, or just shipping will be enough. Then shipping discount, and let me make another div for the total, and just say our shipping is $40 and we are giving a $40 discount on shipping. Okay, let's see. As we can see, our all values in the vertical direction, and we want the subtotal value should be in the front of this subtotal. So to do this, I will make each div as a display flex, and our justify center, let's see. Okay, the justify center is not working good because we want subtotal on one side and its value on the other side. So it's should be justified between like this, and there should be a top margin. I will say margin top of 3, and it's width 100% of the parent div. Now see, as we can see, now subtotal and its value are in the correct position, and I forget to style the summary heading. First style it. Okay, for the summary, I say its text size is 2 rem. Let's see, is this okay? Okay, look, but the other problem is that it should be in the center here. So I can simply fix this by making the parent div flex direction of column and item center like this. Okay, it's not working. Let's see, and there is a flex 0.4 height width. Okay, here we have not given, it's the display flex. Now just save it. Okay, by making the item center, our summary heading is in center, but as you can see, our all other items are also in the middle of our block. So we should fix this first. There is a very simple way. I will just copy this styling and paste it in each div. Okay, let's see. Here we have aligned all the summary items in a perfect alignment, but our total summary element should be different from the other elements, as it is the important element. For this, I will make its text 3 times XL and with the font weight of bold. And also, now we should delete all the backgrounds that we have given the color to identify the different divs, and this green should also be removed. Here the yellow color, again the green one, and here the sky color. Okay, let's save. Okay, as we can see, we still have the yellow and the sky color. I will just simply search yellow, this one yellow, and then blue. Okay, that one was the background color. Okay, now we have removed all the background color. The only thing we can do is to give the padding for our summary div. Let's make it. Here I am giving a padding of 5. I should turn the word wrap on like this. Okay, as you can see, now our cart page is perfectly aligned. In the next part, we will make the login and register page for our e-commerce UI design, and we'll make it responsive for the mobile view. Stay tuned on the channel and don't forget to hit the like, share and subscribe button. Thank you.